excited.
Okay, it's hopping on YouTube right now.
You make me a co-host?
I'm not so sure that's necessary, but are you going to be sharing a PowerPoint?
Yeah.
Okay, let me make sure that I enable that.
Okay. It should be pulling. It should be fine.
Okay, yeah, you should be able to screen share. And then we're actually live right now. So good afternoon. Right now it's afternoon right now. And my name is Bobby Taruc with Keller Williams Premier Properties. We're a husband and wife team out of Glen Ellen, Illinois. With us today is Simeon Brown. He's Regional VP for UWE. And Simeon, I'll give you the liberty to give the acronym for your company name. Would like to have this conversation with Simeon Brown. I learned about all of his service offerings fairly recently. Really interested and I just see such a huge value and such a need for their service offerings. So that was the reason why I wanted to invite him and have a YouTube live streaming conversation with him today. So Simeon, appreciate you for hopping on for such short notice. So if you don't mind introducing yourself.
Oh, most definitely. Well, first off, I want to thank you for having me. We recently just met, and we already instantly connected based on the pure passion and the impact that we're going to be able to make in our different communities. And always good to meet with just people that we've known throughout the years. Like you said, my name is Simeon Brown. I'm a regional vice president. The name of our company is United Wealth Education. We go by UWE for short. And I've been with the company now for just over 4.5 years, a little bit closer to 5.5. And we've had a lot of fun. We've been able to help a lot of people overcome their financial issues. And we've just unleash some new services that we're going to be able to share with a lot of people. And I was sharing those with Bobby. He got really excited about them. The goal is we want to help people overcome financial obstacles that they're going on in their life, right? Whether it's coming from credit issues, whether they have debt issues, right? We want to be able to show you how to pay those debts down. Whether you're coming from, you have student loan issues, right? Which is a lot of millennials, right? A lot of people that went to school. And we just want to be able to help people to format, put together a plan to be able to help them overcome these obstacles. So, Bobby, I appreciate you for having me. Anytime I get to share this information, I always get excited because I definitely want to be able to share to the masses, what it is exactly that we offer and how is it that we're helping so many people.
Sure.
Yeah. So I'm gonna share my screen here and I'm gonna share a little bit of information about the services that we offer and a little bit about our company. Would that be okay?
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Simeon, before you do that, I have 2 stories to tell you.
Go ahead.
And
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to share this with you a couple of nights ago. The first story that I have is that when I was young, I grew up in the Philippines. I grew outside of the US. So culturally, we had a different mindset with the Asian culture and the Filipino culture. My dad always, and there was something I appreciated about my dad because when we were younger, my dad would, after dinner, he would bring us all together and we would have a conversation about family finances. And then he would talk about, hey, because my dad was an entrepreneur, he had his own construction business. He was a civil engineer by education, and he started his own construction company in civil engineering. Anyhow, I remember those nights where he would loop us in after dinner and he would talk about, we paid off this personal loan, we paid off this commercial loan. And growing up as well, he built a home in Manila where I went to college in a totally different province. And it was all cash for him. He would pay for a car in cash. He built a home in cash. Now, fast forward a little bit, when I arrived in the US, I got a credit card approval and a credit card in the mail. and it was like gold to me. And I was like, this, I've arrived. And that was my feeling where, woohoo, I have arrived. I have a credit card. And of course, everything that I've been taught in the past kind of laid by the wayside. So that's story number one. Story number two is further down the road after college, I was so broke. That's a different story in itself. But I didn't have that coaching. My dad, of course, was in a different country. It was $2 a minute to call an AT&T. This is before the internet, of course. I'm aging myself. It was $2 a minute to call. I didn't have that coaching still and mentoring from my dad, or even influences where do I start? How do I get my credit established in the US? And this is the reason why I have such a heart for your service offerings.
Mhm.
And I'm just so interested in what you have to offer. So I wanted to give you a background of where I'm coming from as well, because this is the reason why I can become so passionate about what you're doing.
Absolutely. And, I thank you for sharing that story. And that's something that is so ironic. We was actually having that conversation last night over dinner with a couple of my business colleagues. And one of the things that we brought up was how we want to encourage parents to actually talk business around your children, right? Show them how to handle business early, so that way they'll be able to understand things when they get a little bit older. Of course, some things is going to be, a little bit personal, children's, they kind of, it's not their business, as my parents would say. But as far as like taking care of just the basic business, right? Hey, I paid off a credit card. This is how I did it, right? Those early teachings will literally transform your children's lives. So that's something, that we really love to do. And our services has been able to help so many adults. But one of the things that I love about it too is we have something in there for the children as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna share exactly what it is that we can be able to do. So, Bobby, let me know if you can see my screen, okay?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Perfect. So the name of our company, right, is United Credit Education Services. This is a 501c3 company, nonprofit that's actually offering the services to be able to help people overcome those financial issues. So a little bit about us. We was founded in 2004. So we've been doing this for over 18 years. We have a unique collection of services, carefully selected, right? We didn't throw a bunch of stuff in there. We carefully selected every service that we provide in our protection plan. I'm going to go over that in just a moment. We're a completely debt-free company, and we've been able to help thousands of people do the same. Now, that's important because there's a lot of companies out there pushing people to be debt-free, and they have debt themselves.
Right.
Mm-hmm. We're a debt-free company, so we like to practice what we preach. And then also we've had the same key executive since the inception of the company, which means the same vision that started this company still stands true this day, which is why we're almost 20 years into this, right? Wow. So why is this important more than ever? This is what I love about it. You see, the single biggest difference between financial success and financial failure is literally how well you manage your money. Right? T. Harv Eker, he made a statement. He said, it's simple to master money, right? To master money, you must first manage money. A lot of people saying, well, I'm going to learn how to manage money when I get this amount of money in the bank, right? If you don't learn how to manage $10, then you won't learn how to manage $100. Right. And if you don't know how to manage, it just keep going up and up and up. So it starts with the small amounts. It starts with the basics. Now, a lot of times we weren't taught financial literacy in school, right? We weren't taught it at a young age. A lot of people don't understand how credit is even calculated. They don't understand anything about credit. Right. One thing that we do know, and I love this quote from Robert Kiyosaki. He said, we weren't taught financial literacy in school. It takes a lot of time to change your thinking and to become financially literate.
From Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It takes time, effort, and it just takes time, right, to be able to change that thinking. So here are 5 shocking facts that most people don't know about the finances. 5 shocking facts. Number 1, now, Americans are drowning in over a total of over $1 trillion in credit card debt. And that was back in March of 2019.
Pre-COVID.
Can you imagine what that number is today? right? A lot of people during when the pandemic hit, a lot of people, they started living on their credit cards, right? They lost their jobs, the jobs shut down, right? They started living on their credit cards, right? And the
Got
source
furloughed.
exactly. The balance.com was provided that number. 56% of people in the US have no rainy day funds.
Wow.
Right. This is from FINRA Investor Education Foundation, right? 56% of people, which means if an emergency happens, they can't touch an additional $600 or $1,000 to be able to handle that emergency. That's a problem. 46% of baby boomers have less than $10,000 saved for retirement. That's the reason why you see so many people working up until their older age. Now, you have some people who are just people. Like, I'm a people's person. Right. Which means I love to be in a position to talk with people. I love seeing new people. But I don't want to work because I have to. I want to work because I want to. Right. And it's a lot of people, 46% of the baby boomers having less than $10,000 saved for retirement. That means it's going to be a lot of people. That's why you see people driving cars. They're drivers for rental car services. Right. You see the elderly working as greeters at Walmart, places like that. They're there not because they want to be, but majority of them are there because they have to be, right, to be able to survive. 40% of millennials, now this was me at one point, Bobby. According to this source is Credit Karma. 40% of millennials have spent money they didn't have to keep up with friends.
Keeping up with the Joneses. Yep.
And most keep it a secret. Right? That was
yeah, Simeon, I want to pause right here really quick because I'm going to share some statistics with you. Sorry if I'm going to steal your thunder if it's in your following of your slides, but
right ahead.
Last year, I don't remember, I don't have the exact statistic, but I think it was over 1/3 of the real estate market was driven by the millennials. And I think that would have been higher if the student loan debt has not been a heavy burden for a majority of them. So I know you'll cover that later on, but as a demographic group, the student loan debt and the need for housing is huge for the millennials. So thank you for sharing this. This is very critical statistic right here.
Absolutely. And that number is just insane. 1/3 of the market was driven by. And if people would literally know how to just be able to source their money, right? Be able to budget properly, know where your money is going, taking care of your bills on time, then that number would have been extremely higher. So I'm definitely with you 100% on that one. Now, here's the one that really got me, that really pushed me into going into this industry. There's over 43 million Americans have a credit score of a 599 or less. That's according to money.msn.com. Over 43 million Americans, 599 or less. And that's pre-COVID.
Simeon, I want to pause right here because someone who may be viewing this video, or someone just really starting in their career, they don't know anything about the FICO score. Why is this critical? Seems to me even a 599 seems high, maybe to someone. Why is this a concern?
It's a concern. I'm going to talk about the difference in between having low credit scores and higher credit scores, because we really want people to understand the consequences of having low credit scores. There are going to be some people that saying, hey, you can get approved with this score, and that score may be a 580, right? But here's the thing. You want to look at the interest rates, right? You want to be able to improve your credit score the highest that you can get it, so the way you can get better rates on your loan. And the better the rates are, the less you're going to pay on that loan.
Precisely.
Right? So you want to be able to control what you can control, right? So we're going to talk about that. So it leads me right into my next one, right? Poor credit can have people, it can give them anxiety, right? Maybe some people are embarrassed, they're frustrated. They're fearful, right? Which means they know their credit score isn't where it needs to be. So they're fearful for going after their dreams, like becoming a homeowner, right? Being able to leverage their credit to go out and get rental properties, things like that. And they're even confused about how credit even works. But it's really nothing to be ashamed of. It happens all the time to great people, right? So I'm sorry. In contrast, having a strong credit score leaves people feeling confident, excited, right? You're feeling abundant. The world is yours because you have the credit score that's going to be able to help you. Now, ultimately, a credit score opens up possibilities to create the lifestyle that you desire. I'm sorry, Bobby. Hold on 1 second. A little choked up here.
Okay.
One second.
While we're waiting on that, with Simeon, I'm going to ad lib in here. A good credit score, a great credit score, of course, is never a license to leverage oneself, to just go on significant purchases, assuming that I can have a lower payment on a specific consumer product. The more we leverage ourselves as well, is that what will happen? Your FICO credit score will go lower. So I want to make it clear, and Simeon, you may have a different perspective on this one. You can share your perspective, but in my mind, a pretty high credit score is never a license to just go out and leverage oneself, buy this, buy that, because I can afford the payments. Or I can buy that because I have an extra $20 in my budget to make the payment. I think in my mind, that's never a license to leverage oneself.
I completely agree. What you're going to do, as you start to increase your credit score, start taking control of your money, start dwindling down your debt. What you're going to do is you're going to find yourself becoming more responsible, right? And you're going to want to be able to maintain those things going forward. So I definitely agree with you 100%. And yeah, I got strangled a little bit, but I'm back.
Oh, that's okay. That's a key word, Simeon, that just said. I hope everybody caught that. It's the word responsibility, because we're responsible for the finances that we're given. The ability to create income is not a license to just go on and spend and spend and spend and spend for ourselves. It's a responsibility to your family and to yourself. So I just wanted to make sure people caught that key principle that Simeon shared.
Absolutely. And, just to kind of continue on, ultimately, a good credit score opens up the possibility to create the lifestyle that you desire, right? The home that you want, that dream home. It can create that possibility for you. So good credit makes it easier to get new houses, right? Newer cars, low interest rates on credit cards and loans, which is a key factor. There's a lot of people who's going to pay hundreds and thousands of dollars over the course of a lifetime in interest rates, simply because of their credit score, right? And also makes it easier to get higher limits, right, on your credit cards and contracts without security deposits. I have a gentleman who went through our program when he first started. And after the program, he went and leased a place. And he said, man, I just couldn't believe it. He said, they didn't even ask me for a security deposit. And I was like, that's because you have a better credit score now. And he's like, I've never not paid the security deposit. So little small things like that just can make the difference in someone's world. So of course, we're UCES. We are committed to helping individuals and families build, organize, and protect their financial future, right? We're not just a credit repair company. We literally want to help you become whole when it comes down to being financially stable. So what we have a suite of life-changing products, right? We have an award-winning protection plan. I'm not going to go over all of these, Bobby. What I want to do is I want to talk about my story a little bit. I want to go over my favorite three. Guys, when I found out about this company, my wife wanted to purchase a home, and I knew that my credit score wasn't where it needed to be. I was one of those people who didn't really truly understand credit, right? That's why I'm so grateful for this protection plan, because everything that I know now actually came from the learnings within this. So this company has been able to help me get over 186-point increase in my credit score. My grandmother told me I have the highest credit score in the family, and I might need security. So it's just a beautiful thing. So my favorite three, the one that really helped me overcome those obstacles, was number one was budgeting. You see, I had a great job. My money was coming in, but guess what? I didn't know where my dollar was going. My money was going out faster than it was coming in. So I need to take control of that. This system, our protection plan, literally showed me how to create a budgeting system and also be able to maintain it going forward. So now my bills are covered, right, months in advance, because I know where my paychecks are going. Everything, all of my investments, all of those things are budgeted now. The next thing is going to be, of course, the credit restoration. I was a victim of identity theft. Someone stole my identity back in college. And I had no clue, Bobby, no clue at all. But what I soon found out was it was the hardest thing trying to prove that I was me. That was the hardest thing. So if you ever been through identity theft, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? The hardest thing to ever do is to prove to someone else that you're you. So our company was able to identify that it was an error on my credit report, and they went to bat for me. They fought for me hard, and that identity theft was removed from my credit report in less than 45 days. Everything associated with it was removed. My identity was restored, and I have protection, right? Needless to say, I had some collections removed off of my credit report as well, and some late payments, which was a huge contribution to my 186-point increase. And the next thing is my favorite is going to be the debt payoff. A lot of people have low credit scores because they have high debt, right? So our debt payoff system will literally show you and calculate whatever debt that you're trying to pay off. It's going to calculate it for you and show you how to pay it off in a timely manner. So if you have a credit card debt that you want to get paid off in a year, then guess what? We're going to help you set it up, and we're going to help you calculate that to see how much you should be paying to have that reached by that goal, right? And you can do any debt. You can do credit card debt. You can do whatever debt you have, car loans, student loans, whatever you have. This system is going to be designed to be able to help you. But Bobby, look at the list of services that's offered, right? You have identity monitoring, which is identity theft protection, right? We want to make sure that as you're going through our process, we don't want anything to just pop up. We don't want your information to get compromised. So we want to make sure that you're protected there. You can set up a will and a trust. A lot of people don't have those last will and testaments set up, right? You can actually set that up through our program. And then they also get access to our credit attorneys. We have a credit monitoring system. Now, our credit monitoring system is so fantastic. What it does is you're going to get access to documents. So say, for instance, if you want to negotiate a settlement, or maybe you want to get a goodwill letter or something, whatever it is that you want to communicate with any kind of creditors, you're going to be able to find some pre-written documents and forms that have already been created by our attorneys. Then it also gives you your most accurate score. You're going to get your true credit score. You're going to get your insurance index score, your employee index score, your auto score. All of those credit scores are broken down into our system. So you always know before you go. That's why I like to tell my clients. But this is just the protection plan that's been able to change my life tremendously. And then on the fourth month, after our clients have been enjoying our services for 3 months, on the fourth month, you're going to actually get an additional service added, and it's called Rocket Lawyer, right? This is where you're going to get access to premium financial legal documents with Rocket Lawyer, right? This is going to give you access to be able to ask questions or send inquiries to different types of attorneys. And this service is actually included within our protection plan on month 4 to all of our clients. It's just a lovely thing. Now, something that we do offer outside of the protection plan, some people are renting and their rental payments aren't doing anything but just collecting money. We want to be able to help people to build credit a smart way, right? We have credit by rent.
Yep, this is huge, by the way. I want to make sure that this is huge, especially for people who are thinking about purchasing their first home. This is huge.
Absolutely. And, a lot of people, before they purchase their home, they definitely go through this program as well, because what we're able to do, we're able to get 2 years of rental payments added to the credit reports. That's 2 years. And it's going to be reported to Equifax and TransUnion. What it's going to do is it's going to reflect a positive payment history, right? It's going to give an on-time payment percentage and no increase in debt. So which means it's just going to be an added bonus to your credit reports, which is going to make your score shoot up some points. And it's going to be a lovely thing for that mortgage lender, whoever you're going to get your loan secured through, for them to be able to see that reflected on your credit reports. So this is a system that definitely anybody who's looking to purchase a home and you're currently leasing now, I strongly recommend that you have your rental payments added every single month. We can go back as far as 2 years, and then also every month going forward that you pay your rent, we can have those added as well. So definitely, we have a roadmap. Now, this right here is literally just a guide. Everybody's journey is different, right? I've had clients to get results in little as 45 days. I had clients to get results in 90 days. I have clients to get results in 6 months. It really just depends on what's on your credit score, on your credit reports. But our roadmap literally walks you through the things that you should be doing. So on the first month, you definitely want to go ahead and get your services activated, right? Let the journey begin. Then after that, we're going to start working on building your credit score. This is where you may have to, if you need to build something, we may have you apply for a secured credit card, right? May have some positive trade lines added to your credit reports. Then we can introduce you to the Credit My Rent program, get those rental payments added, and then also utilizing our credit builder tool to provide them with information on how their score is calculated and additional tips that they can do on their own to improve their credit scores. Then after that, we're going to work on any outstanding debt. We want to decrease the amount of debt that they have. Now, this right here is going to do a couple of things. When you decrease your debt, they actually increase your credit score. But also, that's going to make you much more able to be approved, because the lower your debt, is easier to get approved for a loan, right? So we have our debt payoff system. We have our budgeting system that's going to be able to help you with those things. Bobby, did you have anything?
No, I just wanted to add, debt to income ratio is a key metric for the lenders in terms of trying to pre-qualify home buyers that are early on in the home purchase process. I just want to make mention, for us Filipinos as well, there's still a in-migration of doctors and nurses. I think more so for nurses. They're in a great profession. They have a great job. They get a contract with a hospital, as an example, or healthcare system like Amita. They get to the US, they don't have a lot of credit history. They want to be able to either negotiate a better term and a lease of an apartment, or wanting to stop paying for rideshare, Uber, and Lyft, and they want to be able to purchase a car, but they don't have the credit history. But they've been consistently paying rent, as an example, for X number of months. This is a huge program that you can help consider the rent payments as a data point for improvement of their credit score and establishing credit history. So this is huge.
Absolutely, right? By having those rental payments added on, that's going to give them, history. And also with a secured credit card, it's going to help them start building more history. So that's going to be, you're right, it's one of the most life-changing things that they can do as far as to start building or rebuilding their credit scores. And then after that, we're going to start focusing on, just establishing the family security, right? We want to make sure that all of the hard work that you're doing, that your family is going to be able to benefit from, your legacies, right? So this is where we offer, where you can be able to get your will and your trust created. At this point, you're getting ready to purchase that home. You're getting ready to do whatever it is that you want to leverage your credit score with. So we want to make sure that everything is just protected. This is where you're going to be able to have your secure documents into our financial lockbox vault. It's like a digital cloud, right? A digital cloud that can hold any pertinent documents that you want to have. You see, when I was growing up, my grandmother, she used to keep those documents in the back closet, in the back coat, right? And you ain't supposed, in the back room, you wasn't supposed to go in there. But what happened was my grandmother's house burned down. And when it caught fire, the first thing that you're trying to do is get you and your loved ones out. You're not thinking about all of those documents that's in that back closet. So with this right here, we've been able to help a lot of people. So now you can actually go in and you can have those documents in a digital cloud, so which means you'll always have access to them, right? So it's only be 2 people that will have access to that vault. It'll be you as the client, and also you can select an emergency contact in case anything, happens to you. And then after that, we just want you to be able to stay on top of your finances, right? Enroll your children into our YFL program. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Calculate your net worth, be able to just maintain everything that you learned throughout our program and keep it ongoing, right? So that way you can be able to do the things that you want. So what I love about it, Bobby, is it's actually very affordable. So one time, $188 to get started. That gives you access to all of our services. And for months 2 and 3, it's going to be $89. Now, month 4, that price drops to $69, right? And if you want to continue to use the services after that, after a year or so, if you still want to use the services, then it's just going to drop down to $49, but that's completely up to you. We recommend anywhere from about 4 to 6 months with our services if you're trying to get some results. It's not a long time, but it's going to be able to put you in a position where you're going to understand credit while getting the help that you're looking for. Now, we always looking for ways to help people. Right, we understand that some people may be in a bind. The economy, is still trying to recover from what happened. We actually have a referral program for our customers, right? So, which means if you get started on our protection plan, and if you refer 5 people, right, you're going to get a button in your office in your portal. It's going to say referral. If you refer 5 people, and those 5 people get started, then we're going to waive your next monthly payment. And if those same 5 people, awesome. If they're still active the following month, then your next following payment would be waived as well. So as long as you have 5 active people that you refer into our protection plan, then you don't have to pay a monthly fee. It's you helping others by getting the help that you need, right? And then we also have a beautiful partnership with our YFL. It's called Youth Financial Literacy. This is something that we actually put together for children. And for the $89 payment, $5 of every payment actually gets donated to this foundation. And this foundation is used to actually help teach kids from ages 8 to 18 about the importance of financial literacy, about money management, about debt management. We're partnered up with nonprofits and we're into the school systems, but we also give away scholarships, right? So you want to partner up with a company that gives back. We give away scholarships, right? We started back in 2016. We gave away $100,000 in 2016, 2017, $170,000. Last year we gave away $600,000. And this year, our scholarship just ended on the 31st of January, and we're going to give away another $600,000. That's in scholarships that's ranging anywhere from $5,000 all the way up to $30,000.
That's huge.
Yeah. And we want to make sure that we're putting children in a position. And how do they qualify for these scholarships? Well, first you have to be a high school senior, or you have to be a first-year college freshman. And what we want to do is we want you to write an essay on the financial question. So it's going to be something to get them thinking about the future, right? Thinking about the importance of it. So definitely, I love the fact that we're able to help so many people. We have tons and tons of great testimonies from our clients. We've been able to help remove over 2 million negative items successfully from our clients' credit reports.
Wow.
Right. So we have people all over the U.S. We can serve anyone in the United States and anyone in the U.S. territory. So it's easy to get started, right? You just get signed up. The number 2 thing is activate those services, right? And number 3 is start receiving those loyalty benefits. So, hey, take control of your financial future today. It's less than a cup of coffee, less than $3 per day. And you can get access to these services to be able to change your family's life forever.
Absolutely. Simeon, I want to step back a little bit because what I truly saw was that an entire life cycle of the person's finances, starting with cleaning up their credit, budgeting, and all the way as they mature in their lives and their financial lives, that is, for that matter. Absolutely. Is that the ability to have a legacy to a family is huge. And one of the things that you did not miss, or your company has not missed as well, is making sure that the legal documentation is taken care of as well. As an example, making sure that they have a will. And as an example, when people don't have a will, when if both homeowners, husband and wife, die, if they don't have a will, it can go into probate, and then that is such a huge or long, elongated process. And then the kids are wondering what's going to happen to our family home, who's going to get it, and then it goes into probate, and then the courts make a decision where the home goes to, and it's
Absolutely.
a huge problem. So just conceptually on how UWE takes care of all the parts and aspects and part and parcel of the person's financial life is truly has been taken care of.
Absolutely, and you're exactly right. One of the most misconceptions that I see a lot of people have, they say when their loved ones pass away, that their loved ones is going to automatically get the things that they left behind, and that's not necessarily true. And it definitely goes to probate court, and you have to go and petition to get those things, right? That happen. It doesn't matter your income. Right, I've seen celebrities that happened to. I don't know if you're familiar with Aretha Franklin. That happened to Prince. It's a lot of celebrities that happened out there that passed away with millions and millions of dollars worth of an estate, and it had to go to probate court, to be able to get to their family. So that's just a headache that you don't want your family. You want your family to spend time after you pass to be able to enjoy the memories, right, that you had and shared together.
Right.
You want them to grieve properly. You don't want them fighting or trying to petition or how they're going to survive or, things that rightfully belong to your family. So that's just a way that I love what our company has been able to help our clients set up.
Right. I have 2 points I want to cover before we end. I know you're a really busy guy, but number one, for someone who may have seen this video or watch this video in its entirety, they go to your website, and of course, I'll put the details around the URL for your website within the description of the video section. But is someone interested in your services? Is the website self-help, whereby they can just create an account without someone like you or an account manager walking them through? Is that possible?
So first off, the only way that you can get enrolled into our protection plan, you have to go through an agent.
Okay.
So we'll make sure that link and that description is in there. But our website is definitely user friendly, which means once you enroll, you're going to get a text message, you're going to get an email that's going to be showing you how to activate your services, showing you what you should be doing. And then also we have customer services that's open Monday through Friday. Right, they can be able to call them, ask questions. We have specialists that are readily available to assist any of our clients, walk them through any of the services, and we have just unlimited amount of support. It's definitely, like I said, user friendly, and it's meant to be able to help the masses and be able to make it understandable for anybody.
Yeah, thank you, Simeon. When you say an agent, I was kind of stuck there. When you say an agent, are you talking about a real estate agent or a lending officer also is able to do that? Could you clarify that for me?
So when they enroll into our services, what you're going to do is it's going to be an agent with our company.
Okay.
So it'll be someone like myself, someone that is actually an agent that represents the company. That's the only way that you can get enrolled into the services. So we'll make sure that the link to actually get enrolled, I'll make sure that we get everything to you so you can add it to the bottom if they're interested. And it's going to give them way more information. They can literally go there and click on each, and they want to get more information on different services. They'll be able to click that website, break down all of the services. It can be translated in different languages. So whatever language, if they speak a different language and they wanted something other than English, it can be translated. And then also, if they're ready to get started, just click the enroll now.
Okay, thank you for that. I'm not sure if you can hear the dog. It's actually the neighbor's dog, so hopefully you cannot hear that.
The dog is excited. He's excited.
Yeah. Question for real estate agents that has a client, and if we get to know their financial situation, how would you prefer us to handle that situation? Do you want us to hand it off to a lending officer or hand it to one of your agents, or how can we best help that potential client for your service offering?
So if you're a real estate agent, if you come across a client that has experienced some credit issues or some financial issues, more than likely, when they do go to the lender, if their credit and their finances is not up to par, they're going to get denied, right? But our program is designed to be able to help them to get, we want to be able to send them there to get approved, right? So if they're already telling you that they're not in a position to purchase, their credit may not be where it needs to be, then they can definitely reach out to someone within our company, one of the agents, and we can kind of help them out. And our goal is we want to make sure that once they go through our program, right, then we want to send them right back to you, right? Because we want to build that relationship. We want to help you sell more homes. Our company is designed to help real estate agents sell more homes. It's designed to help more lenders to approve more loans, right? That's what we're here to be a partner, and we want to be able to help as many people as possible.
Yep, absolutely. I think I still have some questions, but we're gonna pause right here. It's 4:37 my time, or Central Time, local time that is. I will end right here. I will gather all of your information. I will put your website and then your Simeon, do you want me to put in your personal email address and phone number, or do you want just one of your agents' centralized phone number that I can put in the YouTube description?
Yeah, I'll leave my my information, and also leave another number that they can reach out to someone as well. So that way they can have a couple of options.
Okay, awesome. And we will end right here. I think we will have another session, Simeon, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Things are so changes in our economy, also the process changes also, but I think the fundamentals and the basics are the same. We have to be great, not just good, I wanted to say good, but great stewards of our finances. We have to be responsible, like you mentioned, responsible to our families, so we can have a higher level of quality of life, and be able to afford the things that we desire and dream about. So this is, I hope this is not our last conversation. I hope you're okay with me rebooking you again. I would love to book you for our Keller Williams Market Center and expose more agents, more people to your service offerings, because I don't say this flippantly, but I sincerely believe that the services that your company offers is so needed, so needed today. So again, hopefully this is not the last time that we will converse. We will end the YouTube streaming right here. My name is Bobby Taruc, Simeon Brown with UWE. And thank you for those who are watching and will continue to watch our YouTube channel. Thank you.